So today we're looking at the DJI Mavic Pro, and we're looking at the tracking and the follow. Now obviously there are two different things. The tracking is actually tracking yourself, or the camera is tracking yourself, whereas the follow is actually following the controller. Now the only sort of two differences I would say is with the follow, if you're going down a road and you've got a line of trees and something like that, once you're out of sight, the follow would still carry on because it's following the controller. But if you're just tracking yourself, once the camera's lost sight of you on the track down that road, then it's just going to stop. So it has got its benefits, but we're going to go through the tracking first, and then later on we'll do the follow, and also we'll try out the car as well today. So we're going to do fit in quite a bit in this lesson. As always guys, before you come out, make sure you've charged up everything, check your controller, do the batteries, check the props and the camera. Make sure that when you put the battery in it, you hear it clicking. So, should we just get on with it?
It may sound crazy, but you can do this too. All of it. It's easy. How do we know? Because we've made it easy. At DJI, we created the flying camera as you know it. And there's a good chance that the drone videos you've seen online were shot with one of our cameras. This time, we started small, so you can dream big. We created your first personal drone, but we're still squeezing in big power. It automatically follows you or whatever you want, without a bracelet or tracker, avoids obstacles, and comes packed with a 4K stabilized camera, 27-minute flight time, and a whole lot more. This is the DJI Mavic Pro.
So the camera on? Yeah. So I've already got the iPad camera on at the moment. We're just getting the drone set up. I've got ready to go, which is good. So
the home point has been updated.
When you're setting the
Please
drone
check
up,
it on the map.
it's already saying it's ready to take off. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer sometimes. So also I picked a nice clear area. There's no, I mean there's a couple low bushes and that, but other than that there's no pylons or things like that, trees especially. So ready to go. So auto takeoff, it's all looking good.
Take off.
I'll just tick that box there.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Okay, let's get the drone up. And I'm going to send the drone out away from me. Okay, so that's that done. Right, what I've got to do now, guys, I forgot to change my glasses over. I've got the Polaroid glasses on, and I can't see the screen very well. So that's another thing about wearing sunglasses. Make sure you got the right glasses on. Okay, so that's much better. So it's just let's get the, let's have a look for myself first. Turning the drone around. Here we are. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to move the camera as well. Okay, so what we're going to do now, you just tap the screen. Nope, you don't do that. That's your focus point. Put that back in the middle. Okay, so first thing you do, you go into that one, which is active track. That's what we need. So we've got the active track on. We got a little box up on the left, which is a man running. Well, that ain't gonna be me. So let's tap on that. Cannot track the subject. Try it again. Oh, we got it now. Okay, see where it says go? Now I'm gonna put trace on me. Okay. And we're going to do is to go round. Let's make that go a little bit faster. That'll do. Okay, I'm going to start walking now. I'm walking back towards my camera while the drone is still going around in a circle. And if you notice, I'm still in the little green box. Now obviously at the moment I've got the controller because I want to speak to you guys. So that works all right. You're not going to get me running around. So what we'll do now, we'll come out of that. We'll tap on it again. Tap it again. Okay, let's bring the drone down a bit. Let's try it again. Maybe it's because I'm not. Right, let's look at the drone. Let's bring up. Right, now sometimes if you're tapping that screen and it doesn't work, just use your two fingers or your finger to make a little box. We got the walking man this time. I'll press go. Now I would put the controller down, but if I do, I'm not about to pick up again. As you can see, I'm a bit limpy. So while we're doing that, we're going to put a circle on it. I'll put it 100%, so the drone will circle me while I'm moving, and we'll see how good that is. I mean, it should be pretty good. Pretty good. So the green box is still on me. So you get the gist of that. And if you want to stop the circling, you just bring it back into the middle. We just, we'll just press the cross there. So that worked. We're going to come out of the tracking now, and we're going to do the follow me mode. Okay, now I'm too low. I've got no GPS signal. So just going to bring it up a bit. Right, so once it goes blue, as you see the altitude, but I did notice, I mean, I'm just pressing the focus thing then, won't I? So you don't need to do a box or anything around yourself, because in the follow me mode, it's following the controller itself. But I think it's not going to work because I've got no signal. I apply it, and it's saying the satellite signal's too weak, even though I've got 17 satellites. This is what I noticed I was getting a lot when I had the DJI Phantom 3 standard. And we go back to active track. What we're going to do now, we're going to try out the car. Now obviously with the car, you're not going to hear me. So, and how's that going to work? I know what we would do. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to set up the car ready for the active track. The drone's up there, we got 68%, so that's good. I've got no problems. I've got a feeling that the drone's going to follow the car, no problem. But it's going to obviously be an active track, not in the follow. But we will try later on if we can with the Litchi. So what I'm going to try and do is get the drone to track the car. But obviously I'm gonna have to put the phone down, but hopefully the mic, you better hear me talking as well. I prefer to do it live than talking over this thing. So to put the phone over there, and we're just gonna get the drone. Let's have a look for the car. Okay, so it's already picked up the car, as you can see. I'm just gonna press record. So we've got record on the app as well. I'll press go. Okay, let's get going. I'm not going to go mad. It's a hot day. So off we go. When you're doing all these things, always best to pick a nice clear area. The drone's up quite high. I'm just keeping an eye on the screen. Looks all right. Drone's still following me. Yeah, the drone's still there. And I'm just going to do like a circuit. I'm not going to go down the road with obstacles. I think what I like doing first is always trying out the drone, see how well it copes. I'm going about 20 kilometers, which is about 10 miles per hour at the moment, not going daft. Now, what I have found is when I start to turn the car, sometimes it does seem to lose it. We'll see how it is. No, it's still following, which is good. Still there. It's still got us. Now, obviously, what the drone's doing, it's realigning itself. It's still got us in there. The drone's, yeah, it's got back onto us. Well, I'm going to go a little bit faster now and just see if it can keep up. So I'm doing about 30 now. Yeah, 30. It's still keeping with us, which is good. As you can see, there's no trees. Obviously, there are some bushes. Still with us. It's just starting to get on the back end of us. So I had a few problems getting it set up on the phone, but like all things, you have to keep closing down, reopening. It just said it was disconnected. But anyway, we're there now. We're ready to fly. So let's get the drone up. We're going to the flight intelligent mode and we'll see if the follow is going to work. I've got a lot of faith now. Now I've got my iPhone on. So just turn the drone around. So that why it's done that, God knows, but it's done that before. Okay, so we're going to put it into the follow me mode. So we just go into the flight intelligent, which is like the controller. We just tap along the screen. We've got the follow me. Okay, so it's saying we got a strong signal. We just need to raise up the drone a bit. It's a bit too low. We're going up and up. Right, so we're at 40 feet. There I am. There I am. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk away. You probably won't hear me for a bit. I'm going to apply it. So it's got on there. Once it's just realigning itself there, if you notice. So I'm just going to go and see if it works. So I'm going to walk back to the camera now and looking at it. Obviously you've got to keep messing about with the gimbal. It is following me. So, perseverance always works, but like I said, with all these modes that they give you, you don't have to go through a lot of batteries. If you've got a lot of batteries, worth doing these things, but to me, it takes the fun out of flying. But it's there, it works. We'll have a quick chat about this. Let's get the drone back down safely. Now, as you can probably see, I'm no technical person, so I didn't realise that the iPad hasn't got any sort of GPS built into it, which is interesting, because I'm sure I've used it for Google Maps. But anyway, that's why the Follow Me didn't work at all when I was using the iPad. But as soon as I changed the phone over to a and I would imagine that works on most phones. I mean, I've changed over everything now to Apple products because I've had so many problems over the years with different sorts of tablets and Android phones. I've gone over to Apple, even though obviously on the iPad had a problem there. But other than that, it worked fine. But it was interesting because they didn't really say a lot on the DJI Go 4 app. It's only when I put the Litchi app and it give you a proper explanation why it wasn't working. So that was good, because I would have probably still been none the wiser. So I mean, I've learned something. Hopefully you've learned something, especially if you've got the Mavic Pro and you've been having a few problems, because I do get people sending me questions about this and that, why this didn't work. So it was interesting because I can remember, as I stated before, about when I was flying my Phantom 3 Standard, the Follow Me mode wasn't working, but I got a horrible feeling I was using tablets then, and that's probably one of the main reasons why it wasn't working. And I know all you techie boys go, oh, you should have known that, but I'm not techie. And I'm sure a lot of you out there are not as well. But so anyway, we both learned something, I think. Hope you enjoy these videos. I've had a lot of people saying, you know, they want me to do more videos on the advanced and the standard, and I will, guys, over the year. I'm going to tell you now, I've just got a bit of sweat in my eye because it's got really hot now. What I will say, by the time you watch this video, I still won't have it. I bought myself the new drone, the DJI Mini 3 Pro, with this built-in screen. I think, at long last, DJI is getting in their heads now. By using all these different tablets and phones, it does cause problems. But I think if you've got a built-in screen, and obviously a good screen, that will get rid of that problem. The only problem it will cause is you won't be able to use secondary apps like Litchi app. You'll only be able to use the DJI app. So in one sense, with DJI, it'd be a good thing, but I think it'd be a good thing for us flyers, because we do get these problems sometimes when we're using different tablets or different phones and we're having these connection problems, and when they do updates, to me, I think the long last DJI is going in the right path, especially having built-in screens. But anyway, the next video I'm going to do on the Mavic Pro is, apparently you can go up a hill and the drone will follow you up the hill, but also keep it a safe distance, but also elevate itself as well. Because usually when you're doing a Follow Me mode, the drone will keep at the same height. But apparently once you put it into this, I think it's called the Elevate mode. I've never used it before. Didn't even know it was on there. I mean, as you probably won't know, I don't use the modes, to be honest. I think you just waste so many batteries doing it. But anyway, that's what I'll be showing you next time. Hopefully it won't be too long ago. Anyway, fly safe, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.